Hi everyone, I am Sarah, and welcome to Clear English Daily, where we talk about the real things that stop you from actually speaking English.
And I'm Mike.
You know what I want to talk about today?
What?
That moment. The moment when someone asks you a simple question in English and your brain just stops.
Oh, I know that moment.
You know the answer, you've studied it, you know the words, but something inside you freezes, and you're thinking so hard about getting it perfect that you can't actually say anything.
And then what happens?
And then 5 minutes later, you think of exactly what you should have said.
In the shower, right? Always in the shower.
Always. Or lying in bed at night. You're thinking, oh, I should have said this or that.
So what's the problem? Do you just need to study more?
That's what I thought too, but I realized something important.
What?
The problem is not that you don't know English. The problem is you're thinking too much.
Thinking too much? But isn't thinking good when you're learning?
Yes, thinking is good when you're studying alone, but when you're in a real conversation, when someone is standing in front of you waiting for an answer, too much thinking is your enemy.
How is that possible?
Because your brain can't do two things at the same time. It can't think about grammar rules and also have a real conversation. It has to choose one.
And most learners choose?
Most learners choose thinking. They choose analyzing. They choose trying to be perfect. And the conversation dies.
So what should they choose?
They should choose speaking, even if it's imperfect, even if it's messy, even if it's not exactly right.
And that's what we're talking about today.
That's exactly what we're talking about today.
Before we go deeper, one small thing.
Very small.
If this podcast helps you understand something real, please like, subscribe, and share it with one friend who is learning English. Just one.
The one who keeps saying they want to improve, but gets scared to speak.
Yes, that friend. Send it to them.
And in the comments, tell us something real. When you try to speak English, what happens inside your head? Do you freeze? Do you translate? Do you think about grammar rules? Do you worry about sounding stupid? Tell us one thing.
Be honest.
We read every comment. We want to know what's happening in your brain.
Okay, so let me ask you, what does your brain do when you're about to speak English?
Oh, my brain is like a chaos machine.
Chaos machine?
Yes, it's like there's a whole committee in there making decisions all at the same time.
Tell me.
One part is thinking about grammar. Should I use past tense or present tense? Another part is thinking about pronunciation. Did I say that word correctly? Another part is worried about sounding stupid. What if they don't understand me?
That's a lot of parts.
And there's another part trying to translate from my first language, another part thinking about what the person will think of me. It's like 5 people screaming inside my head all at once.
So you're trying to manage all these thoughts while also listening to what the other person is saying?
Exactly. And your poor brain is completely overloaded. There's no room left for the actual conversation.
So that's why you freeze.
That's why I freeze. My brain is so busy managing all these committees that it can't actually produce words.
What happens then?
Then you smile awkwardly, or you say, for a very long time, or you pretend you didn't hear the question, and the moment passes.
And later you think of the perfect answer.
Later, when there's no pressure, when it's just me and my thoughts, suddenly the answer is so clear. I think, why couldn't I say that?
But it was simple.
It was so simple, but in the moment, my thinking brain took over and my speaking brain disappeared.
So how do we fix this? What's the solution?
The solution is to think less, way less.
How?
By training your brain to speak before it thinks, to let the words come out without checking them first.
But won't I make mistakes?
Yes, you will make mistakes. That's the point.
That's the point?
Yes, mistakes are actually your friend here, because mistakes are how your brain learns what actually works and what doesn't.
But people will judge me if I make mistakes.
Will they, or will they understand you anyway?
What do you mean?
I mean, think about when someone is learning your language. Do you judge them for making mistakes, or do you appreciate that they're trying?
I appreciate that they're trying.
Exactly. Most people do. Most people are kind. They understand you. They help you. But your brain is worried about a judgment that probably won't come.
So the thinking is worse than the mistake.
The thinking is infinitely worse. The thinking stops you completely. The mistake? People understand you anyway. Let me tell you what I realized. I was at a coffee shop. Simple situation. I wanted to ask for a small coffee with extra milk.
Okay.
The barista asked me, "What can I get you?" Very simple question. I've practiced this 1,000 times.
So what happened?
My brain immediately turned into that chaos machine. Okay, should I say I want or could I have, which is more polite? Did I study extra milk or did I learn more milk? What's the difference? Oh no, I can't remember.
While the barista's waiting?
While the barista is waiting and people behind me in the line, and I just stood there, frozen.
What did you say?
Nothing at first. I just pointed and said, "This one," in my own language. The barista was confused, and then I felt so embarrassed.
But you knew how to say it.
I absolutely knew how to say it. I had studied this exact thing, but my thinking brain wouldn't let me speak.
What was the answer? The simple answer.
One small coffee with extra milk, please. 4 seconds of speaking, that's it.
4 seconds.
But I spent 2 minutes thinking about it. 2 minutes of overthinking for 4 seconds of actual speaking.
And you still didn't say it.
Exactly. And then later at home, I was like, oh, I should have just said one small coffee with extra milk. And then I was angry at myself.
But that's not your fault.
I know, it's not my fault. It's just how my brain works when I'm thinking too much.
So what changed? How did you fix it?
I had to teach my brain a new habit.
What habit?
The habit of speaking before thinking.
Isn't that dangerous? What if you say something really wrong?
That's what I was scared of too. But here's the truth. In conversation, something really wrong is actually rare. Most of the time, even with grammar mistakes or pronunciation mistakes, people understand you.
They do?
They do. Your brain is exaggerating how bad the mistakes are. It thinks one small coffee with extra milk is too informal, but it's actually completely natural.
So you're saying my thinking brain is a perfectionist.
Your thinking brain is a perfectionist that has never spoken to an actual human. It only knows the perfect textbook version.
And real humans don't speak like textbooks.
Real humans speak messy. Real humans say and pause and think out loud and change their minds. Real humans make small grammar mistakes all the time.
In English?
Even in English, native speakers make mistakes too, but nobody cares because the conversation is flowing.
So the conversation matters more than the perfection.
The conversation matters infinitely more. If you wait for perfection, there is no conversation. Let me tell you what happened when I decided to stop thinking so much.
What?
I was at work, someone asked me a question, and my first instinct was to freeze, to let my thinking brain take over.
But you didn't?
But this time, I made a choice. I said to myself, just speak. Don't think. Just let the words come out.
And?
I opened my mouth, and I said something. It wasn't perfect. It had a grammar mistake. I mixed up one word. But it was clear. The person understood me.
And what happened?
And the conversation continued. The person asked me another question. I answered. We had a real conversation.
Without thinking.
Without thinking too much. I was focused on the conversation, not on checking every word. And it was so much easier.
Easier?
So much easier. My brain wasn't exhausted. I wasn't sweating. I wasn't panicking. I was just talking.
Like a normal person.
Like a normal person. And after, I felt this relief. Like, oh, I can actually do this.
So the thinking is what makes it hard.
The thinking is what makes it hard. The speaking is easy, but your brain is so busy thinking that it never tries the speaking part.
So how do you actually train yourself to think less?
It's actually simpler than you think.
Tell me.
You do it by speaking more in situations where you have no time to think.
Like what situations?
Like when someone asks you a direct question and you have to answer immediately. Like when you're ordering something. Like when you're asking for directions. Like when you're making small talk.
But those are the situations where I get most nervous.
I know. That's exactly why you need to practice in those situations.
But how?
By deliberately putting yourself in moments where you can't overthink, where you have to just open your mouth and speak.
And make mistakes?
And make mistakes. And be okay with it.
Give me an example.
Okay. Next time someone asks you, "How are you?" in English, don't think. Just answer. Don't check your grammar. Don't worry about pronunciation. Just answer.
But what if...
No, but what if? Just answer. I'm good, thanks. Or I'm tired today. Or whatever. Don't think. Just speak.
And that's it?
That's it. You do that 50 times. 50 times you speak without thinking, and your brain starts to get comfortable with it.
And then?
And then you move to slightly harder situations. Someone asks you about your day. You don't think. You just tell them about your day. Messy, imperfect, real.
So you're training your brain to trust itself.
Exactly. You're training your brain to trust that it knows enough, that the words are in there, that you don't need to be perfect, you just need to communicate. And here's something else I realized.
What?
I realized that when you're thinking too much, you're usually thinking about yourself.
How do I sound? What will they think of me? Am I making mistakes?
And the right thing? The right thing is thinking about the conversation, about what the other person is saying, about what you want to communicate, about connecting with that person.
So you're shifting your focus.
You're shifting your focus from yourself to the conversation, and that's the magic.
Magic?
When you focus on the conversation, you stop thinking about yourself. And when you stop thinking about yourself, you stop overthinking.
That's interesting.
And the conversation becomes so much easier because now you're doing what humans naturally do. You're just talking.
Okay, so before we finish, let's slow down and look at the important words we use today.
Yes, let's look at the key vocabulary slowly.
You can just listen or repeat after us. No pressure.
All right, let's start.
First word, overthink.
When you overthink, you think about something too much. You analyze it too much. You worry about it too much.
For example, I overthink every conversation in English. My brain keeps checking everything.
Or she overthinks her mistakes and forgets to enjoy the conversation.
Repeat, overthink.
Next, freeze. When you freeze, you suddenly stop and cannot move or speak.
For example, when the teacher asked me a question, I froze. I couldn't say anything.
Or he froze in the elevator because he didn't know what to say.
Repeat, freeze.
Next, chaos. Chaos is complete confusion. Everything is mixed up and unclear.
For example, my brain feels like chaos when I try to speak English. So many things happening at once.
Or the room was in chaos because everyone was talking at the same time.
Repeat, chaos.
Next, perfectionist. A perfectionist is someone who wants everything to be perfect. They are never satisfied unless everything is exactly right.
For example, my thinking brain is a perfectionist. It wants every word to be perfect.
Or, as a perfectionist, she worries too much about making small mistakes.
Repeat, perfectionist.
Next, trust. Trust means you believe in something or someone. You feel confident that they will do the right thing.
For example, I need to learn to trust my brain, to trust that I know enough English.
Or, when you trust your ability, you worry less.
Repeat, trust.
Next phrase, take over. When something takes over, it becomes the most important thing. It controls what happens.
For example, my thinking brain takes over and my speaking brain disappears.
Or, when you're nervous, fear can take over your mind.
Repeat, take over.
Next phrase, let go. When you let go of something, you stop holding it. You stop worrying about it.
For example, I need to let go of the idea of being perfect.
Or, when she let go of her fear, she could finally speak.
Repeat, let go.
Next, communicate. Communicate means to share information with someone, to talk so that someone understands you.
For example, you don't need perfect English to communicate. You just need to be clear.
Or, the goal is to communicate, not to sound like a native speaker.
Repeat, communicate.
And our last word, focus. Focus means to concentrate on something, to pay attention to one thing.
For example, when you focus on the conversation, you stop thinking about yourself.
Or, if you focus on communicating instead of being perfect, everything becomes easier.
Repeat. Focus.
So those are our 9 words for today. You don't need to remember all of them perfectly. Just pick 1 or 2 you like and try to use them this week.
You can write a sentence in the comments with one of these words.
And every time you listen to this, your brain catches one more word, one more idea, one more feeling. Okay, so here's what we want you to try.
This week.
Choose one simple English situation. Could be ordering coffee, could be saying hello to someone, could be answering a simple question. Just one.
And then?
And then, when that moment comes, don't think. Just speak. Open your mouth and let the words come out. Don't check them first. Don't worry if they're perfect. Just communicate.
That's it?
That's it. One moment. One time you speak without overthinking. Notice how it feels. Notice if the person understands you.
And then?
And then do it again. And again. 50 times. 100 times. Until your brain gets the message, we can do this without perfection.
So you're reprogramming your brain.
You're reprogramming your brain. You're teaching it that speaking messy is better than not speaking at all.
And if you want to share something with us, tell us in the comments what English situation makes you overthink the most.
What situation makes you freeze?
Finish this. The English situation that makes me overthink is blank, and I'm going to try speaking without thinking in that situation because blank.
2 blanks. Your situation, your reason.
When you write it down, you make a choice, and that choice is the beginning of change.
We read every comment. We see you.
We do. We see the people brave enough to let go of perfection.
And if today made sense to you, if something finally clicked, please share this episode. Send it to someone who gets stuck when they try to speak English.
Someone who knows English but can't use it.
Because they might think it's a knowledge problem, but it's actually a thinking problem.
And this episode might help them understand that. Tap like, subscribe, and share.
You might change how someone approaches speaking today.
Here's the truth. Your thinking brain is not your enemy. It's just too loud.
I really believe that. When you quiet your thinking brain and let your speaking brain take over, everything changes. You sound more natural, you feel more confident, the conversation flows.
And that happens when you stop trying to be perfect.
And start trying to communicate, because communication is what actually matters.
And you can start today.
Right now. In your next English moment, don't think. Just speak. Your brain knows more than you think.
Take care.
I'm Sarah. This has been Clear English Daily. Bye.
Have a nice day.